Among the control room operators, the all-sport operator will be responsible for entering the game in progress information, such as home and guest team name and scores. What does the all-sport operator do? They are responsible for turning on power to the console, starting a new game, entering the correct code, entering the home and guest team names. During the game, starts and stops the game clock, starts and stops the play clock, enters the score, enters timeouts, quarter, possession, and more. Some tasks within the all-sport menu are sport-specific, however the general use is common across sports. The control console consists of 6 main elements including the LCD, menu navigation, numeric keypad, a sport-specific insert, time control, and horn start. The LCD element is where you find the game information. In most cases, the top line of the LCD shows the main clock time, direction the clock is counting, and when the main horn is sounding, while the bottom line typically shows the home and guest team scores. The numeric keypad is used to enter in values such as main clock time or number of quarters. You will also utilize the LCD when you are editing items in the main navigation. The main navigation allows users to select options specific for each sport. The up and down arrow keys allow the user to scroll through menu options. Sport inserts allow a single console to control multiple sports. Depending on the sport being scored, there is a sport-specific insert that will allow the correct fields to be entered. This can be inserted along the left-hand side of the console. The console changes the settings for what it will control based on the number entered. The code is found on the upper left corner of the insert. This is entered by using the numeric keypad in the LCD. Custom codes are not shown on the insert and can be written on the space provided on the insert. A sport insert identifies the keys required for normal operation of a specific sport. In most cases, pressing a key immediately changes the scoreboard. Keys that require entry of additional information are marked by a dot. This additional information is usually a number followed by the enter key. Keys with arrows activate an indicator, possession, bonus, etc. on the scoreboard. The direction of the arrow selects the appropriate team, home or guest. Some keys are labeled +1, +2, or +3. By pressing one of these keys once, the corresponding field on the scoreboard, such as score or period, increments or increases by the amount printed on the key. A key with 1 minus decreases by 1. On most inserts, certain keys have been grouped together under the heading home or guest. These keys are team keys and work the same for both teams. They affect the statistics only for that one team. Keys not under one of these headings are game keys. They are general keys for the progress of the game, such as period or quarter. Other keys may be grouped in a similar way to emphasize that they work together. Time control allows the user to set the main clock time, set the clock to count up or down along with starting and stopping the clock. Time control can be controlled from the main keypad or a handheld remote. If a horn has been purchased with the system, the console can allow the user to set the horn to sound automatically or manually. Horn control can be controlled from the main keypad or from a handheld remote. Now let's talk about the basic all-sport setup. During pregame, the all-sport operator will turn on power to the all-sport prior to the game time. Use the rocker switch on the back of the console to turn it on. Then follow the LCD screens. The console performs a self-test when it's powered on. During the self-test, a message displays a version of the standard software loaded in the console. V equals version number and revision number. ED equals standard software number. When the self-test completes, a prompt displays the code number for the last game played. This is useful when power to the console is lost during a game. Press Enter or Yes to resume the last game stored in memory. The console is now ready for game operation. Press No to start a new game or change to a different sport. The console will prompt for a new code number. The Select Code prompt allows users to accept the last code selected. shown on the second line, or enter a new code. To accept the code shown, press Enter or Yes. To select a new sport, get the code number from the sport insert or the section of the manual for that sport. Use the number keys to enter the new 4-digit code, then press Enter. If a new code is selected, the radio option is installed. The console prompts for a broadcast group and channel. When Resume Game is used, the last group and channel selection is used. Press Enter to accept the group and channel number, or press Clear and enter a new group and channel number. Refer to section 2-4 in the Allsport 5000 manual for additional details on setting radio channels. When operating the Allsport, there are standard keys you will find used between the various sports. We are going to review some of those now. Start is used to start the main clock. The green LED on the Start key is on while the main clock is running. Stop is used to stop the main clock. The green LED on the Start key is off while the main clock is stopped. The Enter or Yes key has two functions. Completes an action. As a reminder to press this key, an asterisk appears on the LCD. It also serves as Yes for input prompts with a Y. The Clear or No key has two functions. Clears the LCD of numeric information, or secondly, it serves as a No for input prompts with an N. The Edit key allows the user to select which field on the scoreboard to be edited, such as team score. After pressing the Edit key, press one of the keys for the desired field on the scoreboard. Then simply enter the new value to display and press Enter to accept. The Menu key allows the user to select from a list of options specific for each sport. The up and down arrow keys scroll through the menu list. The left and right arrow keys enter and exit sub-menu lists for a specific menu item. Pressing a key other than Yes, No, the arrow keys, or other allowed keys exits the menu function. After the main clock has been stopped, press Set Main Clock to display the current time of the main clock. To change the time, enter the desired value on the number pad and press Enter. Press Clear twice to clear changes and return to the game. Press Set Main Clock a second time or the down arrow key to display the configured time for the main clock period length. To accept the displayed period length, press Enter or Yes. To decline the selection of the period length, press No. To change the period length and set the main clock, enter the new time in minutes and seconds on the number keypad and press Enter. Note, pressing Enter to select the period time on the main clock setting will increase the current period number if the clock value was previously 0. Press Clear twice to clear changes and return to the game. Press Set Main Clock a third time or the down arrow key to display the configured time for break length. To accept the break length, press Enter. To decline the selection of the break length, press No. To change the break length and set the main clock, enter the new time in minutes and seconds on the number CAD or press Enter. Press Clear twice to clear changes and return to the game. Press Set Main Clock a fourth time or the down arrow key to display the configured time for overtime length. To accept the overtime length, press Enter or Yes. To decline the selection of the overtime length, press No. To change the overtime length and set the main clock, enter the new time in minutes and seconds on the number pad and press Enter. Press Clear twice to clear changes and return to the game. After the main clock has been stopped, the direction of the clock can be set. The Count Up Down button should be selected. Then options are shown to press 1 or 2 to select up or down. The default setting is to have the clock counting down. Please note the current direction of the main clock is shown on the top line of the LCD. The Count Up Down function is disabled while the clock is already running. There are two ways to operate the horn with the Allsport control: automatic or manual mode. To set the horn to automatic, select Auto Horn and press 1 to select on or 2 to select off. The default setting is on. The amber LED on the horn key is on when the auto horn feature is enabled. The LED is off when the auto horn feature is disabled and the horn is in manual mode. If the auto horn is disabled and it is being operated in manual mode, press the horn button to sound the main horn. The horn sounds as long as the key is pressed. The AllSport 5000 console lets additional operators control timing functions remotely using the main clock start-stop switch and the shot clock start-stop switch. The main clock start-stop switch plugs into J4 on the back of the console. This unit has a rocker switch for the clock start-stop and a button on the horn. The horn button sounds the horn as long as the button is pressed. The shot clock start-stop switch plugs into J7 on the back of the console. This unit has a rocker switch on the start, stop, and reset buttons. When a reset button is pressed, the shot clock timer is changed to the reset value and stops the timer from decreasing. The shot clock timer restarts when the reset button is released. In independent mode, the switch starts and stops the shot clock timer when pushed, but does not stop when the main clock is stopped. When in synchronized mode, the shot clock timer will stop and start with the main clock switches only if it is running in the beginning. Certain scoreboard models are equipped with Team Name Message Center, small matrix displays that allow users to show team names, abbreviations, or other short messages. The team name entry function is typically accessed by pressing the menu key and navigating to Home or Guest Team Name option. Refer to an individual sports section for more information. The team name insert is used to enter the Team Name Message Center settings. For newer consoles, the team name insert is printed directly on the keypad, while for older consoles, it will be necessary to swap the sport insert with a separate insert. The main menu allows users to change the brightness of the scoreboard. Select the menu button and then use the down arrow to navigate to the option of menu dimming. The LCD will display menu dimming in levels 0 through 9. Use the keypad to enter a specific number or the left and right arrow keys to select intensity for the digits on the scoreboard. For full brightness, press 0. For 90%, press 1. For 80%, press 2. For 70%, press 3. For 60%, press 4. For 50%, press 5. For 40%, press 6. For 30%, press 7. For 20%, press 8. And for 10%, press 9. Press No to resume the game in progress using the data you've selected and exit the menu.